Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Mosballin, and season 2 has come to an end. Final day, baby. I'm dancing like the power Timo. Oh, that's the thing that people be doing, and I see the mummy costume though. That's what's really anyway, I don't really care. Season 2 is finally done. We're doing a recap the same way I kind of did for season 1. If you guys never watched my recaps, they're really in depth. They're crazy in depth. We are doing a GOAT series. What does that really mean, guys? That means who is the greatest player to play for us from season 1 to season whatever we end up stopping at for my team. Who is our GOAT? What basically happens is, what I'm basically explaining or whatnot is, we're gonna go through our whole collection, right? Our whole collection. We're gonna see who scored the most points, who scored the most rebounds, who scored the most assists, who had the most field goals, literally every statistical category you could think of, percentages. We're looking at double doubles, triple doubles, all of the above. We're bringing all that into consideration. I did it for season 1 like I mentioned, but this time it's getting even crazier, wilder. I'm gonna try to make this one shorter. I feel like the last one was kind of long, so bro, you guys don't understand. Like, this is spreadsheets as well as books on papers. Like, literally, I have 2 different notebooks that I'm writing stuff down. I'm keeping stats like to a T. I'm gonna show you guys a little bit more of what I'm talking about in a second, but before we get started, let's discuss that I only have 400k heading into season 3. That is not something I wanted. Last time we were heading into season 2, I had over a million MT, and I was heading in that direction before I made the terrible mistakes of locking in for hidden gems, and I got Isaiah Thomas as well as Byron Beck. So I locked in a bunch of players such as Jokic, such as literally Steve Francis and Jermaine O'Neal that I'll probably never ever use, but it's okay. It makes it a little bit more fun of a series. I'm gonna enjoy it a lot more. But without further ado, I think I want to get straight into it. We're gonna discuss our lineup as well, because like, I want to know what team is heading into next season, right? So this is the team minus Chauncey starting. Zoe's been my starting point guard. I don't mind like Chauncey being here. I don't mind him here. I don't think Beck is gonna be here overall, to be fair, to be honest. But this is what my team is looking like heading into season 3. It's great. It's amazing. The reason I'm showing this off first, because some guys did not hit any of the categories or make it on any other list. How do you make a list of basically the leader of stats and all that? You have to be eligible. You cannot be eligible for playing less than a certain amount of games. So season 1, my eligibility, I will show you guys. Well, actually, I won't show you guys, but season 1, my eligibility was a lot lower. I started taking people at 67 games because we saw that basically the requirement in the league is 65 to be eligible for an award, right? It's about there, I believe. But now that we're upping the stakes, and it's going to take me forever to make these in the future, my stakes are you need to play 82 games per season. So heading into this season, if you have less than 164 games, you are not eligible for any statistical category at all. And we're not doing actually points per game, rebounds per game, assists per game. We're not doing any of those statistical categories. It's just overall points. So if you guys don't know, last season, my leader in every statistical category, it seemed like was one man and one man only, and he went by the name Tracy McGrady. He already had, just from season 1 alone, he had 21 points towards GOAT points. They were called GOAT points. That's what we're calling them. They're GOAT points. He was by far the leader in all of that. He's number 1. The second man behind him had 11. So now we're gonna basically, I'm doing a spreadsheet where it's keeping track of GOAT points per season, it's keeping track of total, it's keeping track of everything. I will hopefully show you guys all of that. But without further ado, let's begin. Where are we starting first? And that's games played. So Tracy McGrady only had 198 games played this season, which is great. He has not moved up. I told you guys that after season 1 that I was gonna try my best to not have him like literally dominate this series, because he's clearly going to if he wanted to. If I wanted to keep using him, I could have, but I started getting better players and I was like, let me give them some more run. So here is the list of games played so far into 2 seasons. So Tree Mac is leading the way. You don't get points for this. This is just something we measure the stick or the barrier or whatever. We're measuring the bar. This is where the bar is set for games played. A lot of guys came close, man. A lot of guys are moving on up. Shout out to Wiggins. He played about 800 games this season, which is ridiculous, even though I did sell him at some point, which brings us to another point that I'll mention right now. I have another sheet that I can show you guys. Actually, let me show ahead and show you guys that right now. But if you guys look at the bottom, this is my spreadsheet. It says season 1, season 2, GOAT points, and multiple. What multiple is anyone that played and I sold them or removed them off my lineup. Because now if you remove someone, like I removed Paulo off my lineup to sell him, and then I didn't, and then I put him back, so his stats reset. So I have their stats for the 3 times I had him a part of the team. All 3 times, I have to calculate all the totals for everything, total points, total rebounds, assists. So that way they're legit when it comes into this. I'm not sugarcoating nothing. I'm not lying about nothing. The only statistical category that's not 1000% accurate, well, not 1000, none of them are, because it's based on like percentages and stuff like that. But literally the hardest one for me that I know is going to be off is obviously field goals made, but mainly free throws made. Free throws made is going to be the hardest. 3-pointers made, those are going to be pretty close. I feel like free throws is the one that's probably the furthest apart, but it's the same for everyone, so it's okay. So here we go. Tracy McGrady, 1,211 games played. Wiggins has 1,000. He broke that barrier. Paulo's about to. He's 35 games away from 1K. He's going to be here for a while, so he will break that. Jaren Jackson Jr., his time is coming to an end. Miles Turner is a part of the team. That made me remember that I wanted to mention that, right? So Miles Turner has not even become eligible for anything yet. He's at 126 games played. He has a good amount of rebounds and stuff like that. Nothing crazy stat-wise, but I could see him season 3 if he's on the team for a while. He can definitely start breaking into that barrier. But now remember, it's not, you're not going to need 164 games. Now you're going to need a whole nother level. It's going to be 246 because we're adding 82 games to that for him to be eligible. So a lot of guys will get knocked off the eligibility. There's guys that I didn't use at all this season that are still eligible, like guys I sold, like Pau Gasol had 300 plus games. I already sold him, but he was still eligible. Victor Oladipo, little things of that nature. That's something we need to keep track of. Note. That's why I have the spreadsheets set up the way they are set up, just so you guys know. I just want to break it down in every way possible. And yeah, we can start fast forwarding this. The games played doesn't matter at all, like I said, but it's just a way for me to kind of just take a look at things. Like Dario Saric was number 2 last season in games played. Now he's number 5. He only got a boost of like 100 games, and that's mainly just from salary cap. He's always been on my salary cap team the whole season, so that's something to consider. Now we'll go ahead in points, and I'll keep Tracy on the screen. Tracy McGrady is the leader in points per game with 14,000 points, which is crazy because last season he had 12,500 about, so he only went up about 1,500, 1,600 around there, but he's getting 3 points for leading the way. Number 2 is Andrew Wiggins, who closed the gap. There was a 10,000 point gap between first and second last season. Vince was second with 10,000 less. Now the gap is literally less than 6,000. It's pretty close. We're getting to 5,000 gap. Wiggins is going crazy. He's up there. Paulo is third, so he will be getting 1 point. I did not explain the point system. So if you lead a statistical category, you get 3 points. Second place gets 2 points, and third place gets 1 point. That goes for every category. We'll talk about it a little bit more. I show all top 5 so you guys can know who's coming up next. If someone is having a run, someone that's on the team, someone is not. Like right here, we see that SGA is 4th. Kind of a new player that we got. A great season because we were able to get him. So he's going to be working his way up. There's a big gap between 3rd and 4th. But 5th place is Ronnie, who's no longer on the team. He has not been playing for us. Maybe he'll make an appearance in salary cap next season. Maybe for some Heat stats or something. Who knows? But I highly doubt he makes it up this list again. Now, speaking of Ronnie, we'll move on over to rebounds. This is a statistical category that he led in last season, but he's no longer the leader. The leader is Jaren Jackson Jr. getting 3 whole points for his stats, 3.6K rebounds. Ronnie's number 2, so he gets 2 points, and Paulo is number 3. I expect Paulo to break Ronnie and move up to 2nd. Now the question is Miles Turner in season 3 gonna be higher than that? Is David Robinson the level 40 that we'll be getting? Is he gonna break any of those numbers? Saric is 4th, another big gap between 3rd and 4th. And then we see Gasol, who has not played in a long time. Gasol actually was 2nd at the end of last season, so it's crazy to see him in the top 5, but it just shows how many rebounds he had at that time. Now we'll move on over to assists. Our leader in assists last season was actually Tracy McGrady, which is actually really wild. But the main reason for that was games played. He only averaged 1.4, but he played so many games that's why. But now our new leader is SGA. I grinded so hard for this card this season. He literally cost me all my MT, all the marbles, and rightfully so. He is our leader here, so hopefully he's gonna start racking up the GOAT points. That's something I'm hoping he does. Whether he does or not, who knows? You see the list for top 5 right here. So you got SGA at 1, Tracy is still 2nd, Wiggins broke top 3, and then you got Austin Rivers, who still plays on the salary cap team as of this season. I don't know what happens the next season. We got a lot of salary cap demons moving forward. And then Paulo was 5th. He's closing in on that gap. I know for a fact he will pass Austin Rivers. Or did I say Reeves for the first time? My bad. I meant Rivers. He's obviously going to pass him. And then the guy that's 6th is right there as well. And that is my man, Lonzo Ball, man. Lonzo is coming up quick. He's 100% going to be on that assist leaderboard next season. Whether he is in the top 5 only or he actually breaks the top 3, we'll have to see. But he is the 2nd leader in assists per game. Shea is 1st. And then Lonzo is 2nd. They're both averaging a lot of assists. And I could see them being here for a little bit longer. Now we'll move on over to steals. And honestly, it's just Tracy. Tracy's still killing it, man. He is literally leading in so many statistical categories. I thought he would get less GOAT points, but clearly not. He has 363 steals per game. Well, not per game. Imagine 300 steals per game. But now that is how many steals he has total over his 1,200 games. And he is killing it. He really is. SGA is a close 2nd. He will definitely pass him. We got Wiggins at 3rd, getting some points. Then you got Zoe at 4th and Monte at 5th. I expect this list to be a lot different in the next season. I expect Shea to take over, as well as Lonzo and stuff of that nature. My point guards obviously get a little bit more steals. I'm surprised Paulo's not up here. Wait, that actually makes no sense. I actually am questioning it now. How is Paulo not up there in steals? Where is Paulo at? Oh, he only has 163. Whoa, I did not expect that, man. He is right under Monte. That's really surprising for a guy that played so much. We'll go ahead and go into blocks, which was a statistical category that Tracy led in last season. He led in so many. It's actually crazy. But now it's run by Big JJJ. 473. He took over, obliterated the record, or how many we had in season 1. He did that all in one season. New season, dude, bro, went crazy. Ronnie's 2nd. Tracy's still 3rd. Paulo is so far behind, and you got Wiggins at 5th. That's the list right there. Let's speed this up a little bit. So the only thing I really changed about the point system is I had originally said that anyone that leads in field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, or free throw percentage only gets 2 points. Just the leader, no one else gets anything. But now that I played another season, I thought about it, and I think we should do it the same way as everything else. First place gets 3 points, second place gets 2, third place gets 1. And I literally went through it, broke it down. I adjusted the points for season 1. I will show you guys all that at the end, but I adjusted it. So I think it gives it more fair chance for other people. Plus, like the main reason I said it wasn't going to happen is, for example, Rudy Gobert is my leader in field goal percentage. You see it there. He's 76.7% from the field. And I don't expect anyone to really ever take that spot. It's a hard percentage to beat. He gets dropped out, a guy like him. Or if you look at like the second guy on the list, 75.1 in Gasol, who hasn't played in forever. You have Amari, he hasn't played in forever, but they still deserve points because they've played enough games to be eligible. I think that's the reason I thought about it, because realistically next season some of these guys aren't going to be eligible. In season 4 they won't be eligible, so as long as they're eligible they should be rewarded for having the highest field goal percentage. It gives me something to, like, an incentive for the other guys to try to beat them, right? You want to beat Amari's 72.1. Purvis is really close. He's got to stop missing. He's got to push up, go crazy, because he was shooting 74% in season 1. Now he's lower. He can get points if he does a lot better. So there's the list for field goal percentage. We see that Oladipo was 5th, another guy that's not on the team no more. We'll go ahead and move on to 3-point percentage. Now this 3-point percentage is probably one of the hardest numbers that's going to be to beat, and it is Josh Hart's. He is shooting 70.7% from the 3-point line. Wiggins had 65%, in season 1. So Wiggins is still second. He's shooting a little less than that. But man, being first with 70 plus, I doubt he drops out. That's a free 3 points for Josh Hart right there. Oladipo is third. Shout out to J-Dub, Jalen Williams. He's at 63.9 in fourth. No points for him, but he's so close. And Paolo is fifth. With the amount of shots he's shooting, that's really impressive in my point of view. Same with Wiggins. Those guys you'll see shoot at a really high clip. We saw it with the points. They're dropping so many points. We'll go on to free throw percentage. It's the same guy leading it both times, and it is Mr. Eddie Jones. He dropped a little bit. He went down 0.4%. He does play salary cap for me still. So it's cool that I gave points to the other guys. Like I said, this is the reason, right? So Ray Allen, he was second. He was second last season. I gave him 2 points. And then I gave Tony Parker 1 point because he was third. Now, those guys are not even eligible to make it this season. So they just get 1 point and 2 points respectfully. But like, there is no longer getting points this season. It gives it to other people, other chances. So Tracy McGrady is second, getting points, and KCP is third. I can see KCP trying to take over that spot from T-Mac. With SGA can come for those spots as well. He's shooting at 88%. I can see him doing better. And honestly, I love the percentages. Those are 1,000% accurate. Like I said though, the percent, like the field goals made and stuff, that not so much. So Tracy's obviously leading the way. He pretty much had 5,000 field goals in season 1. He was ahead of everyone by literally 4,000. He was 4,000 ahead of the second place guy. Now he's about 2,000 ahead, 2,200. Wiggins catching up a little bit. You guys can see it right here on the list. Paolo is third. SGA creeping up. He's behind, but he's new. We will keep saying that he's new. He's fourth, and Ronnie was fifth. There's a huge gap between first and everyone else, honestly. So it's going to take us a while, but we can definitely get there. We'll stay here and move on over to three-pointers made, because obviously he's the leader in that. He was over 1,500 ahead, 1,500 ahead of Wiggins after season 1. And now they're this close, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my, oh my. Wiggins can pass him in a heartbeat. Literally so close. The fact that I've hit 2,000 threes with 2 players and a third player is about to do it as well is crazy in itself. Paolo is third with 1837. Beautiful list. SGA's fourth. And shout out to Jalen Williams, bro. He's coming on this list somehow, some way. I don't know how he's been doing it, but I love that card so much. I love his shot. I love everything about him. That's why he snuck in this list. Free throws made. You know Tracy's leading that with 727. No one's even close. I'll just put up the list. You can see it. SGA second. Saric third. Paolo fourth. It's crazy that Paolo is fourth. He deserves to be so much higher. Same with Wiggins, but Wiggins clearly shoots a lot of threes, like way too many. And Paolo should be higher, but he shoots the lowest percentage on this list. He's only hitting it at about a 77, well 78 we'll say, percent clip. He's at 77.6, which is really, really bad. Now this is the final statistical categories, and they are double doubles and triple doubles. You're actually going to be super shocked when I reveal these numbers. Ronnie led the way last season. He was the leader with 20 double-doubles, all right? He also was the leader in triple-doubles. He had 1, okay? I'm putting it out there. He had 20 double-doubles, 1 triple-double. You guys will never believe who leads us and with how many. But the leader is not what you expect, which in my opinion, it would be Jaren. I would expect Jaren would be the leader, but it's not. It's actually SGA, which makes sense because he drops so many assists and he puts up so many points. It makes sense. But the number is mind-blowing. Man has 57 double-doubles. JJJ's at 46. Shout out to Ronnie staying on the top 3 with 33. He only had 13 this season. Paolo, 22, making his way up. And then 4th and 5th is tied. None of that matters because neither of them are making the list. But Tyrese, who never got a real shot to shine because Shea came and took his spotlight. And then a little bit after that, his spotlight was taken once again by a man named Lonzo Ball. So I don't expect those guys to really switch. Shout out to SGA. 57 double-doubles already is crazy. And that brings us to the triple-double list. And Jaren Jackson owns that by far. He has 6 triple doubles, ladies and gentlemen. 6 of them. If you're wondering how I keep track of those things, 2K actually keeps track of it on behind the card. So if I ever do remove a card or sell it or anything, I check that before so I can make sure the stats are still there. Like, I count them on my spreadsheet before I sell them or remove them, and then if I add them again, I'll use their new stats. So you see it there, 46 double doubles, 6 triple doubles, which is absolutely beautiful. Second place for triple doubles is Mr. Paulo, who only has 2. But 2 is better than none, right? 2 is got him enough points for 2 points. And then we had 3 players get 1 triple double total. And there were 2 guys that got points last season. And that was Ronnie. Ronnie had 1 point for it, as well as Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis, not even anything crazy. His Series 1 card, which I guess I'll let you guys know now. I could see like a card like this. I told you guys this before. When a newer card comes that's AD or something and I get him, his stats are going to count together, right? But I'm not going to count them just randomly. No, they have to be eligible again. Not fully eligible, but they have to at least have some good stats. Like this Anthony Davis I just got, he only has 14 games played. So to me, he is not eligible to get his stats combined. It just doesn't make sense to me to add them together. It really doesn't. Like, I wish I could. I wish I was down to do that. But no, he needs to play at least like 80 games. So that one card is eligible in its own sense. Then I'm willing to start combining those 2 together. So with all that said, well, we went through everything pretty much. Now I can go through the GOAT points. I'm willing to put this on the screen for you guys. But we see here that this man Tracy McGrady led the way again with points just in this season. He got too many first places, second places, stuff of that nature, and he was able to rack up 20 GOAT points. He got 20 of them things. So he had 21 in season 1, 20 in season 2. So now he has 41 GOAT points. And I'm just gonna be honest, like no one's even close to that ballpark. It's not even remotely close. It's not even somewhat close. Like at the end of season 1, it was way closer. Ronnie's difference between him, like them two, after season 1 was only 10. There was a 10-point difference. But now that T-Mac, I mean, like Ronnie is no longer existent. There's other guys coming up. Ronnie's still second, but he only has 17 points. So the gap between them grew by 14. Now there's a 24-point gap between 41 GOAT points Tracy and 17 GOAT points Ronnie. It's a humongous gap, but the other guys are coming through, man. Andrew Wiggins racked up 10 GOAT points this season. So now he has 15 total, making him third. Jaren Jackson Jr., first season, he's got 11. SGA, 10, first season. Paulo, 6. I'm surprised Paulo only got 6 this season, but it puts him in that top area code where he's coming up, making progress, doing things. And honestly, I'm loving doing this. It takes me a lot of time, obviously, but I'm still enjoying it. I hope you guys are too. I didn't want this one to be as long as the other one. I felt like I could make it shorter, but then again, after looking at how long I've been talking and stuff, I feel like it's gonna be pretty close to being around the same time, maybe slightly shorter. I think I learned some things to just go through it. Been having fun, man. Season 2 was not the greatest. There was a lot of issues and a lot of different things, but I'll continue to have fun as long as you guys are here with me. Definitely will do that 100%. I'm pretty sure we had a really successful season when it comes to things. We did go ahead and knock out this 95 plus. We got the 500 park wins, which was crazy, but shout out to anyone who ran with me. We were able to do all this other stuff as well. We knocked out all the challenges throughout. I never really missed out on anything. Showdown, I got 120 wins, which was my goal. 250 was definitely out of the question. It didn't make any sense at all. We got all the salary cap stuff done, and we see the rep. We're at 18% pink diamond. I actually do not remember what I was at last season when it ended. Can I actually check that? Let me go quickly. I was in AMI tier. I see that 100%. So I was at the end of AMI tier, 71.8% in AMI. So I finished up those 30% to diamond, and I finished diamond fully, and then I got 18%. So that's crazy. That is wild. I'm not going to be touching this game for a little bit. I'm kidding. The season starts tomorrow. Literally. We'll be on. I'll be streaming. I'll be live. YouTube, Twitch. Make sure you stay tuned. I hope you guys enjoyed all the content this season. The one new thing that's coming season 3 for us is I'm starting my new series, which is going to be the No Auction House series. You guys have been wanting it. You guys have been asking. That's like my staple in the community where I don't use the auction house. I'm not allowed to buy, sell anything at all. We just got to grind the game and try to do things. We're gonna have a big twist this year where it's going to be time sensitive. We're not even allowed to play that much. We're going to be on a constraint. It's going to make it a lot more fun, hopefully. It'll make it a lot more enjoyable, relatable, all of that stuff. And with all that said, I really do appreciate you guys more than you will ever know. I'll be seeing you guys soon. It's been your boy Mosballin. What an amazing, beautiful season, man. I'm kidding. I'm ready for season 3. We are ready. 100% locked in. We ready to go crazy with the new goats, man. SGA goat, man. JJJ goat, man. Big P goat, man. We're not selling this card anytime soon. 3 legends, 15 hops, 22 golds. We sold the other one and bought a new one if you guys missed that by any chance. So this card is absolutely crazy with 3 legendary badges. He gonna be here for a minute. All these guys like Turner. I can't wait till Turner's on this list for rebounds, blocks, those type of stats. And yeah, with all that said, it's been your boy Mos. Y'all know the drill, and I'll catch y'all all tomorrow to reset our level to level 1 and work our way to level 40. Ballin' out.